Y'all, it's Miss Allison and we're back. We've got another lesson and we're gonna do some more background stuff, okay? So this is kind of part two for whatever you are making, whatever you want this to end up being. There are so many different ways to use a jelly plate, and like I said, there is no way to show you all the ways, but I wanted to show you one other way. So this one is one that I have done bubble wrap on, and then I also used a ring from a paper towel, the cardboard roll on a paper towel roll. So we've created those circles and then we covered it with yellow and then printed it. So what we're gonna do today, I want to get some red in here. So I'm gonna use a brayer for this. You can use a brush just like we've been doing in the other videos. It is totally up to you how you do this. But what I want to do is I'm going to grab some of my red, not a whole lot. Remember, it doesn't have to be super thick. So I just want to cover a good amount on this jelly plate. All right. So if you have to go back and get more, that's okay. It's better to add to it than to put way too much on it and have way more than you really need on here. All right, so I'm only doing like the top half. I don't really want to do the whole thing today, so I'm doing just the top part. And now what I'm gonna do is, you have a roll of washi tape in your box. I'm gonna find the end of that, and when we use this washi tape, it is pretty easy to tear once you get it going. Let's see, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna pull it, and then to tear it, I'm gonna go wide enough that I'm going off of the edge of my jelly plate. To tear it, you wanna pinch it between your thumb and your pointer finger and just go the opposite directions, okay? So I am going to do some geometric things with this, and what I'm gonna do is just lay this down on here. Now I don't want it to move a whole lot. I just want to lay these down so that we create some lines and some stripes. Okay, so I'm gonna go this direction this time, and I'm just kind of rubbing my finger across that tape just to make sure it's all laid down. If you go wide enough, then you can lay it down on your paper, but it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, so now I'm gonna get another piece. I'm gonna lay that one that direction. Remember, these move really easily on here, so you want to kind of make sure you've got it where you want it. And then let's see, I think I'm gonna do some this direction. And these may or may not go all the way to the end of my paint. If they don't, that's okay too. So what I'm doing, you can see here, is I'm creating a place where you're gonna see the red, but the stripes that I'm creating are gonna be visible as well. Just pressing that down. Try not to move it any more than I have to. All right, I'm gonna leave mine like that, and I'm gonna take my tag and I'm gonna print kind of in the middle right here with mine. It is totally up to you where you print with it. So I'm just laying this down right here, and then we're gonna rub. Remember, you wanna hold it with one hand, rub with the other, and then you can swap up, rub with the other hand. Just wanting to make sure that I'm getting all that paint on there that I can. And then when we get done, we'll pull it up and see what we've got. That's part of the fun of it, is sometimes these are gonna pick up all of the paint. It just depends on how quickly you get to printing. And then sometimes it doesn't pick up all of it. So look at that cool geometric design that we have over part of our background. It doesn't have to go over the whole thing. And then if I wanted to, I could take a Sharpie, and I'll show you this in just a minute. I could take a Sharpie and I could outline some of these areas, all right? And make it like a really cool bookmark, or if I wanted to add this to a gift, if you like adding like fun art to a gift, that would be a really cool thing to do as well. So what we're going to do now is just pull all of these up, and if you'll notice, you probably have some paint left over on here, and you could even take this and print an entirely new piece just from what's left over. So let me show you what that would look like if we did that on, I'll tell you what, let's do this one, and I'm actually going to put some teal behind it, because remember, sometimes as we're doing this, this paint dries and it will create a layer, but you have to have a wet layer to pull it off. So we're gonna just roll on some more of our, and if you're doing this with a paintbrush, you're just gonna brush it on like we did earlier with the other background. Remember, less is better, less is more, and you can always add more if you need to. All right, so now I have that layer of teal on the back that's gonna help pull that red off. So I'm just laying my paper down, and I'm going to get all of that rubbed on there. I just covered where my red paint was. I didn't really worry about the rest of the jelly plate. I'm just getting where that design was. So now it's all gonna kind of line up. All right, let me make sure we've gotten all those edges nice and pressed down. All right, you ready to see what we've got? Very cool. So now we've got like a muted red geometric shape, and that teal on the back of it just kind of adds some contrast to it. So washi tape is a lot of fun. You can use it wherever you want to, however you want to, and just have some fun playing around with the lines that you can create and all of that. This is just another fun way to create a background. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see what you create.